There is no such thing as experience of nothing. Because if nothingness is experienced attentively enough, it's but a beauty in its most still and quiescent of ways. There is a beauty in every aspect of the way we are made, if only we pay close enough attention to that. Beauty in that what goes unnoticed, like the beauty in a simple act of breathing, in a simple act of walking, in a simple act of sitting. There is beauty in beholding the world with eyes open. And there is beauty in beholding the world with eyes closed. All this is steeped in beauty and conceived in beauty. It is made for the sake of that experience of beauty. Therefore, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or not, we always seek beauty. In fact, I dare you to look at it from a very different perspective altogether. We don't even seek God. We actually secretly seek beauty, because it is the most perceptible, directly experienced, experientially available communion with God. There's no other way to know God other than through the experience of beauty, and intuitively we know it. Therefore, we are always driven to it, and we are driven by it. And it is now more than ever that we crave the authentic experience of beauty. Because although beauty is available through any experience, if only the windows of our perception are clear enough, the experience of beauty has been now often supplemented with the trivial, superficial, appeasement of what simply pretends but doesn't deliver. And therefore we walk around craving, even after the most sumptuous meal. We leave the table with the sense of utter dissatisfaction. These are the affairs of the life we live in today. This is what our culture, fragmented culture, has become. Therefore, there is less and less propensity for recognizing the beauty as it is, and great attempts are made to force that experience. So we're forcing ourselves. Our entertainment, or the culture of entertainment, it's that attempt to compensate for the lack of our attention, for, forgive me, impurity of our perception. And yet, even amidst of these times, the real experience of beauty is always there, open to all, if only we can tune ourselves to that present moment, whatever that moment is. and we will not fail to experience beauty in whatever form that is. Because beauty is, of course, does not mean pretty. Let me just share something with you from my own years as an artist, and some of you may know that I've considered myself to be a professional artist from the age of about 12 years, where I clearly knew that that's what I will be doing in life for a living. And this is indeed what I was doing on a daily basis. So among the peers in the field, among friends, fellow artists, in my late teens and the early 20s, when we would show each other what we were up to, our own work, experiments, and whatever we were doing, the two words that were a no-no: nice and pretty. If someone called your work nice, it was an invitation to simply take a knife and cut your canvas to pieces. But of course, I'm not. This also has these elements of radicalism that youth are known for. But it is precisely that very uncompromising feedback that we would receive from each other that kept on and on to refine that sense of perception, because experience of beauty, though available to all, when now, if we are to speak of the works of art, has very little to do with the term nice and pretty, because the purpose of art is to give us glimpse, however vague and short, of that what is our essential nature, and spur us on to evolution. Even in a fragment, the best works of art are capable of transporting our consciousness in, and it matters little what kind of art form we're speaking about. The art's noble purpose is to give us direct and visceral experience of the self, even in the detail. The true art and the true artists were never for the sake of entertainment, and the cultures which succumb to that notion known to be decadent cultures. Great late Indian classical singer Kishore Amonkar, who I greatly admire, and we really admire her in our household, she used to walk out of stage during the performances when she did not feel that people appreciate fully what was going on during these performances, when she felt that people came to listen entertainment, where in fact she considered the act of singing classical ragas to be an act of worship, an act of invocation. Of course, not everyone has to adhere to this very, very uncompromising guidelines or rules of ethical conduct when it comes to the creation or performance of the work of art. But these are telling examples that some are willing to set. Someone may dismiss this as the capriciousness of the diva, but who is to say that that capriciousness of the diva was not goddess herself on stage, fully entering and taking full possession of that body as her own instrument? And that's what the work of art in essence is. It's when the muse takes over. The true work of art never comes from the will of the artist. The true work of art comes from the place where the artist ceases to be. The true work of art comes into place when the possibility sets in, when that what is behind the scenes can come and take over the process.